I'm on my phone a lot more than I should be, so I might as well use it to get more organized rather than scrolling on TikTok for hours on end. Hi everyone, so today I thought I'd share with you guys some of my favorite apps and tips for being more organized using your phone. So I am a big laptop girly. I love working on my laptop. I prefer it for most of my daily tasks that I need to do. If you don't know, I am a full-time content creator, so my work mainly includes like emails, planning videos, scheduling, all that kind of stuff, and then obviously editing. So that is why I prefer using my laptop. It's just so much easier. With that being said, I do use my phone a lot throughout the day for work. So I might as well use it as a tool for productivity and set it up in that way that it's bestly optimized for productivity. So yes, this is what I'm going to be covering in today's video. So first I'm going to cover just some features on my phone that I like to use, and then I'll cover some apps that I really love for productivity on my phone. So the first thing I want to cover is one of my favorite things that Apple released, I think with iOS 15, and that is focus. So focus is something that I always struggle to explain, so I'll rather show you. I'm gonna do a screen recording, so I might just scooch over a bit. So on your phone, you'll see there is an option when you go to Control Center that says focus. In there, you can set up different focuses for different things. I, at the moment, have productivity, reading, church, and filming. So each one of these are set up for my desired focus. So what helps me focus most on these specific tasks. So when I turn on reading, it will change my home screen. So I have a whole video on how you can link your home screen and your wallpaper to a focus. So when you turn on a specific focus, then it will change your wallpaper, or when you turn on a specific wallpaper, it will turn on the focus. It works together really well. So here you can see this is now the wallpaper that I have, but usually this will be my default wallpaper. It's really easy to set up and it's such a lifesaver, not only because you can change your wallpaper and everything to fit your focus, but you can also go to add new focus here and set it up. You can set it up really how you would like it. So if you want something for, say, schoolwork, you can go ahead and choose a color, you can choose an icon. You can also silence notifications from certain people or allow just a few handful of people to be able to reach you when that focus is turned on, so you won't get any unwanted notifications. And same goes for apps. You can allow some apps and you can turn off other apps to send you notifications. So obviously if you're going to school, you don't want to have Instagram contacting you or something like that. And then here's the option for custom home screens that I just mentioned that you can set up. But like I said, I have a whole video on that goes really in depth on how to actually do this. But that is focus. It's really nice. So again, just go to your Control Center and choose your focus. So this one is for productivity, which is the one I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So this is my setup here. As you can see, it again changed my wallpaper. I'm on a different lock screen here. I did set it up so that my lock screen dims when this productivity focus is on, because I mean, it's less distracting. And then the next feature I kind of want to talk about is the app limits that you can set. So this is within settings. This has to do with your screen time. So when you go to the screen time settings, you can change your duration for apps that you allow in a day. So all you need to do is go to app limits here, and then you can set different limits to different apps. So I have all these apps limited. You just click on add limit. It sorts your apps into categories. So if you want less social apps, you can choose one. So let's say I already have one set up for TikTok, but let's just go for TikTok. You click on next, and then you set how many hours or minutes a day you want to be able to spend on TikTok. I haven't actually reviewed this in a while, so I might change mine again. But yeah, that is how you go ahead and set app limits. So when you have reach your app limit for the day, it tells you that you've reached your limit, but you can bypass it by just saying remind me later or remind me in 5 minutes or just ignore. But it really helps you be mindful of the amount of time that you're spending on your phone, doing other things that maybe you don't want to be doing. Now let's talk about apps. So I have all my favorite productivity apps set up in this one focus to show you guys. There are obviously a few other apps, but these are my main apps that I want to cover that are my go-to for any type of productivity using just my phone. So the first app here is Calendar. So this syncs across all my devices, which is really nice. Calendar is something that I'm very new to. Calendar blocking and things has always been very intimidating to me. I've never been really good at keeping to a schedule, but I feel like lately I've just been trying to stick more to a schedule. I always was one to like wake up whenever I want. I just didn't really care. I also started work at like an odd hour. Maybe I'd start work at like 10 or something, 11. So I just didn't really care about my time or how I was spending it. So lately I've been testing out calendar blocking or just trying to stick to a schedule, and this really helps me because it's a widget on my phone. I have it set on my default home screen as well. I think you saw it. So this is my default home screen, and here you can see I have my calendar also here, so I can see what's next for my day. But it's just really nice. I don't always follow it to a T. Some days are different. This is just nice to give myself an idea of what I want to do each day, depending on my priorities and what has to be done on certain days. It's just nice and refreshing to kind of stick to a schedule. I know people ride or die for Google Calendar, and I did look into it, but Apple Calendar is on my Mac. It has a designated app for it, which Google Calendar is not. And also I just use my phone and all my Apple devices, and it's synced to my iCloud. I just love it. So that's why I'm using Apple Calendar. It's just more convenient for me since I already have all my Apple devices. It just syncs really nicely to it. So that's why I use Apple Calendar, and I really like it. So I just set it up in a way that works for me and how I would like to spend my time. And it just really helps boost your productivity when you have a constant reminder on your phone of what you should be doing. I think that just really boosts productivity. Next app I have on here is Notion. So Notion, if you've been following me for a while, you know this is my favorite app of all time. I can't live without this. I have a bunch of videos on Notion, so I'm gonna make this quick because I've already rambled about Notion in so many videos, but my whole life is set up in Notion. I love using this on my computer mainly, but having it on my phone is so helpful. I can't say how many times a day I use Notion on my phone because it's convenient, because it syncs across all your devices. So this is Notion, this is my hub. I use a lot like my content manager if I want to see what videos I need to film, what's planned for the week. I also have to-do lists on here that I can take a look at, see what I need to do this week, what I've missed, all that kind of stuff. So all my goals are on here. Everything that is anything I have here. If you don't know what Notion is, it's an app that you can literally do anything on. It's a blank page, a blank space, and you can make pages within pages, to-do lists, tables, all that kind of stuff. So it is a very broad app. It's my main productivity app, so I highly recommend if you're looking into Notion to try it out. My biggest tip for Notion is, because I know it's like very intimidating and some setups that you watch on YouTube is very elaborate. My biggest tip is just to download a template, whether it's Notion's template that they give you or you just use a template that you saw in a YouTube video. A lot of people give their templates away for free. Use a template and get to learn and know Notion on a template, and then you can make your own if you want to. You don't even have to, but that is my biggest tip, because templates just really take the pressure off of Notion because it's already set up for you. You just fill it in. Next up I have here is reminders. So I use reminders for little reminders that I need. If I know something is due that I think I'm gonna forget, I'll put it in a reminder. You get the notification on your phone. Or what I love usually to do for reminders is just make lists. I make grocery lists in here, to-do lists sometimes if I don't want to use Notion on any other app. It's such a simple interface and can give you notifications and all that, and it's synced across all my devices again. And yeah, I just love reminders. It's such a plain app and it's just really helpful. And like I said, mostly use this for like grocery lists and things like that, very basic things. But reminders is just such a dependable app. So that is another app that I recommend. Next app I have on here is Files, which is very self-explanatory. So again, I have an iCloud account, which really is where I save all of my files. So I can just access my iCloud drive from here. If I need any files that is usually on my computer, usually when I'm on the go as well, this is really helpful to get access to any files that I need that are currently on my computer if I don't have it with me. I have it all here on my phone as well. So this just makes working from different places or just having everything with me that I need really easy in Files, because anything that's on my computer is on here as well. Then the main app that I use for mails is Spark. This is actually new. I think I started using this like a month ago or something, and it's really nice. I love the interface. I love how user-friendly it is, and it just makes getting my inbox to zero really easy. So I'm not gonna go into it too much because it is like personal information and everything, but Spark is a really cool email app. I recommend checking it out. It has some cool features, especially if you pay for the premium one, which I don't, but there are some cool features on here that just makes your getting your email sorted and everything really easy. And you can add more than one email, which is really helpful for me. I know a lot of apps have that feature as well, but I just really love the way Spark handles everything. So that is my email app that I use, and it's just really nice and useful for me. Then the last app I have here is not really something that I use all that much, but it's nice to have, which is GoodNotes, mostly because I use it a lot on my iPad. So if I ever need to see a file that I have on GoodNotes on my iPad, I can just view it on my phone. Mostly I use it for if I need to see things that I wrote down on my bullet journal. A lot of the times for daily to-do lists, I like to write it down in GoodNotes because I just love the feeling of paper and pen, which I know it isn't paper and pen, but it's very similar. So writing things down just sometimes is more convenient for me. I just love it so much. So then I will access GoodNotes and take a look at my planner and see what I have planned for that week or whatever, if I have something in here that I don't have in, say, Notion or something. But yeah, that is all the apps that I wanted to cover in today's video. All these apps that I've talked about in this video are all free, except for GoodNotes, which you have to pay for if you are using it on your iPad or on your phone. But all of these apps other than GoodNotes are free to use, and they all sync up across all your devices, which I think is really the main thing that I'm looking for in productivity apps for my phone. Since I'm not primarily using my phone as my source of productivity, mostly use my laptop, but all these apps sync across all your devices. So if I did something on my laptop, it syncs to my phone. If I'm doing something on my phone, it syncs to my laptop. It just makes my workflow much better. And all these apps can be used if you are a primary iPhone user and you don't have any other means of productivity. These are all great for that still. And it's still nice apps to use primarily as on your phone. So let me know, what are your favorite productivity apps for your phone that just really help boost your productivity? I know there are things like Pomodoro timers and things like that that really help people. I just never found that those really work for me, but I know there are cool apps for that as well. So leave all your app recommendations down below. I would really love to check out some other apps. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!